information. But yeah, I know for a fact that they have to go through these people, this board, this advisory committee, I think it is, that makes the decision. But you know what, y'all, we've been on here an hour and a half, and I'm enjoying the whole content, everything.
Oh yeah.
My thing is that we know there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That has to go on in Donaldsonville. It's called the CAP board. That's what it's called. CAP. The CAP board. It's a CAP board. C is in Charlie, APP. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to my girl Elsie Dunbar. She's in here. Like I said, Elsie ran for state representative a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and, I know Elsie.
Yeah, that's my girl. I assisted in her campaign, and she coming back. She does a lot with the youth. She has a STEM program. Elsie is a very educated woman, man. She's Elsie, Shentelle, powerful Black women.
Yeah,
to make some things happen, but we have to support. But man, we got a lot of work that has to be done, not only in the Ascension Parish, not only in the city of Donaldsonville, because of the DCCC committee, Donaldsonville Community Care Committee. Other parishes has paid attention, has been watching. I know for a fact, and has created their own committee. Assumption Parish has now started a Assumption Parish Community Care Committee.
Wow, that's great.
Shout out to Miss Nikki Carcease Patterson.
Carcease Patterson. Yeah, she reached out to me.
Nikki, I've heard. Shout out to Pastor Tedrick Mills. Shout out to my man Don Tracy Carter. Because of what you guys are doing, a lot of people been watching. Not only because of Big E's 504 Radio and Cognac and Conversation, but we talk, and because of what you guys are doing, people are following suit. So I applaud Assumption Parish and everybody else that's following suit, because it's not just a Donaldsonville thing. It's not just a White Castle thing. It's not a St. James thing. It's a community thing. The Tri-Parish has really some things that's got to happen, man. Because it affects everybody. Shentelle, you got people down the bayou. Chichi, you got people down the bayou. I got people down the bayou. You got people everywhere. So it's a community thing. But what they're seeing by you guys doing what you're doing locally in Donaldsonville, it's starting to trickle out into other communities.
It should. That's great.
I think somebody mentioned in here the new machine. Yeah, I mean, at some point, this is my thing, man. At some point, people need to transition out of certain things and set it up for other people to take over. I don't know why people feel like, even in Congress, in the Senate, why these old people, damn near 90 years old, want to sit on these and continue to sit there. Then it got senile, and trying to make decisions for me.
Exactly, and they're not going to stop. The way it's going to stop, it's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop. So, you guys, I mean, what y'all doing, and I know other people like in the Lutcher Gramercy area. I got a friend of mine, Shelley Warren, her cousin, Gavin Webster. Shout out to Gavin Webster, G Sway. They're doing some things over there in the St. James on the east side, the west side, east side of the river. They're doing some things in the Lutcher area as well. Darren Cook over here in LaPlace and St. James Parish, St. John Parish. They're doing some big things. It's collectively.
Yeah, it's a movement.
It's a movement.
It's time.
It's time. And Chichi, I don't know if you want to bring this up. I know this was a part of our clearing the air conversation, but I'm not sure if we brought up the, after we did our protest. I remember I wrote it down.
Let's get to that.
After we did our protest, Chichi, you might want to, clear the air, or I can do it. It doesn't matter. Okay. But after we did our protest, guys, or maybe was it before the protest, where we were hearing that when you came out and got our group together and you guys decided on the name and all that stuff, and we came together as a group, we found out, of course, Mr. Sullivan announced July 3rd that, he was forming a committee, for the city of Donaldsonville. I commend anybody who wants to form something. That's great. But what I was lost at, is when I hear that, and then maybe it was true, I don't know, but they're saying, well, this was something we were thinking about months ago. So you got grown men, and I'm not calling anybody's names, but they know who they are, out here saying, well, we wanted to do that before. Well, I got kids. I got, you got grown men teaching. You know this, right? We all we had to talk about this, and it boggles my mind that you're screaming and saying, well, we were talking about it before we want to do it. Well, do it. Do not get mad at the person who steps out on faith. You never know when God is going to order your steps. All right. It could be the day tomorrow, and he might put 2 or 3 people together and they're going to make a move. You can't tell me you had 2 or 3 or maybe 5 or 6 people together and y'all were working on it, but you didn't implement it. We don't want that here. We want to work on it, decide on what we want to do, and put our boots on, and let's make it happen. And that's what we did with our group with CCC, and I'm so proud the other groups are doing it. But I want Leo to say, or maybe tell us, how did you feel about them saying that, hey, we started this group first and y'all, came second?
Man, you know what? I look at it, man. I look exactly. I look at it and I laugh. You know why? One of the gentlemen, I'm not gonna call his name, but I reached out to him. Like I always do. I mean, I tell people, get what people say. Well, he think, man, I don't think nothing. This is the CCC. I don't feel them in charge of anything. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. I will go down to fight in the fire and the water for my group, because I got a great group. I mean, guess what? We got about 22 members with about 10, 15 members on the outside. I mean, they're part of it. They're not really in the CCC, but they're still part of it in a way. And I mean, guess what? People study calling daily. I mean, it's a tight lip. And what I mean is, guess what? If you want to talk to somebody in the CCC, you talk to the whole CCC. And like they always say, a closed fist can't be penetrated. But if you open your hands, you got a gap. Yeah. So we're going to keep our hands fixed. So if you want to talk to us, I mean, guess what? When we first formed this group, I mean, it wasn't no form of group against nobody. It was something that we put together to try to make things better. I mean, guess what? If the council, the mayor, whoever, if you figure though, if something illegal, I mean, something that's bad, all you got to do is come to us. You know us. Hey, man, let's get, I like what y'all doing. Let's get it together. Come meet with me, and let's go from here. Let's see what we can do. That never would happen, because they figured though we was a threat. They feel that we were the threat. I mean, we are not a threat. We just want what's righteous, man. We want what's righteous, you know? Yeah. You know, and that's it, you know?
If people are threatened by people that's trying to change for progress, then they're sad. We're here for progress. We're trying to change. We're trying to, like you said, we're on the Sunshine Bridge coming down, but we're going in reverse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're trying to travel forward. We're trying to change. We're trying to bring business, industry, whatever, community activities for the children. There is nothing for those kids to do in Donaldsonville, man. Absolutely
nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Nothing. I mean, you wonder why, you have so much going. You have nothing to occupy their time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it has to start, man. It has to start with the kids, man.
Yeah.
And until they realize that, bro, it's sad, but.
People have ideas, and when you come together, I might think of something. Leo might think of something. DeLacy, you might have, Leslie, Shentelle, Ross, and Victoria. People coming together collectively is a powerful force, guys. And we're not trying to say we just want to be this one thing. We love the fact that you just mentioned other groups are forming. Let's do this. All right. This is 2020. 2021 is coming. God hopefully, allow us to make it there. But let's make this happen together and collectively. And let's let people know and understand, other people who think that our race are not strong enough and that we can't do it. Let's show them by not just talking. Let's talk intelligently. Let's talk, to them in a way where they can understand and we can get our point across. But then let's let them know we're being firm and we're standing on our word. We're not going to promise people anything. What we're going to do is the best thing that we think that we can do, not only for ourselves, but for our kids, for our future. Right. For anybody who needs help, we're willing to join in with anybody. If they want to come together and we can do, podcasts like with you, get on a podcast and do it again, or get together with this when the COVID's over. And let's, help people with the voting. If we got to get a bus and bring people out to vote, we're going to do it because we're showing y'all that we're passionate about this and we mean it. Right, you know what I'm saying? So that's my point.
Yeah. Hey, one thing, not to cut you off, excuse me. Now, believe it or not, man, and like I say it, right? the people, what we gotta let the people realize is that, you know, nothing will happen overnight. That's the key.
Oh no,
nothing will happen. But I tell you one thing. I can say one thing. I ain't never been fake, and I never will be fake. Yeah. I've never been a backstabber. I mean, I know people, I mean, that's close to me that took some people and did for them that their parents could never do for them. But guess what? They're still out there figuring, though, kind of cause a problem. Now, man, believe it or not, man, I was so furious the other night. I had to stop by the store and drink a cold drink, which I don't really drink no more too much, because that's how mad I was. And I said, you know what? Now, coming home, I was talking to myself. And I kept saying, you know what? God, you done brought me too far to let Satan trying to seek back in. Right? Yeah. Now, and like I told my group, the old me, when I heard what went on, I probably took it a whole other way, the old me. And I'm going to be honest with you. I probably went straight to him and found out what's really going on. Because if you're a man once, you can say it again. Yeah. I know if I say something once, I can say it 1,000,000 times. Yeah. I don't fear nothing, me, you know, because I'm gonna always be strong. I mean, that's how I was raised, man. Yeah. You know, I got a serious type of blood in me. You know, I got 2 different sets of bloods in me that's serious, run real deep, and I don't bow down to terrorism. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. I don't mind being on the front line. I be on the front line all day.
Oh yeah,
all day. Definitely. I was raised by Marine. You know, I was raised by Marine. I always remember that. Right. You know, so it is what it is, you know. And like I said, man, I tell my father, hey, man, step back, sit on the side. Time for you to take a break. You know, you get in the age, relax yourself, man.
Right.
I don't tell him no different than I tell other ones. You know, hey, man, step back, sit on the side. Let me handle this here, all right? I've been around this all my life. I've been around some of the best politicians we had. Shout out to Mr. Roy Kizar. Like always, great guy, you know. Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, man. Shout out to Mr. Ed Price, you know. I mean, that's great guys, man. You know, great guys, you know. I mean, I done hear them guys talk, and I done been around them guys, you know. I mean, them guys, great guys. Them guys is real. One thing I hate, if you fake, you fake. You always be fake. That ain't gonna take. I don't want you around me, you know. Especially if you're a backstabber. What I hate about the people is when you sit down like a grown man that you're supposed to be and talk with another man that you're sitting on side, but then you go there and you smile in his face. Yeah. Right. What I call that is a rattlesnake fighting another snake. That's what that is. You know, stop being fake when you're around each other and you talk behind the other one back. You know, I hate that. You know, man. Let's get out the way, man. Get out the way, man. Go do something else, man. You know, stop hiding behind different things. You know.
Leslie made a point right now. We can't allow everything that people need to move on the other side of the river. Leslie made a point. Everything. You know, I think. I don't know if I'm right or right. If I'm wrong, Chi and Shentelle, y'all correct me. But I think there's only one seat that's still left in Donaldsonville, parish seat, correct? We have one.
No, I think we have 2 parish seats. We have for the parish council. You mean?
Yeah.
I think we have 2. We have a District 1 and a District 2.
Okay.
We have, I think Coach Alvin Thomas is one parish council.
And Oliver, right?
The other, no. Oliver lost. He lost Coach Thomas, and we have another one is Joel. What is his name, Shentelle? Joel something.
Robert. Is it Robert?
Joel Roberts. I think yes. I think he had a part of Donaldsonville also.
So I say that to say this: if you allow, right now, you know they've been for the longest trying to get the courthouse across the river.
It's there now. You seen it?
Oh, it's gone.
You ever seen the courthouse in Gonzales?
Oh yeah, right there across the street from East Extension.
They're building a great one right now. Big one. Doing it, and that's the thing that goes back to local leadership. How are you allowing everything to go across on the east side? If there's you constantly just saying you're not fighting for it, let it go. I don't need it. Let it go. I mean,
it's horrible because you know, and I think like this. Education, you have to be educated. You have to educate yourself on what you're talking about right now. So you're asking and we're asking legitimate questions, right? In order to find these answers, we need to get in there and see. It's almost like I was telling you about the family with the house that got all the secrets. Sometimes you know, knock on the door and get in there and let's figure this out. Let's see what's going on in this house. Somebody need to clean it. You might have to tear the whole house down and build the whole thing all over from scratch. Whatever you got to do. But whatever's happening in here is not what needs to be happening, because if it was something positive, then you will have more things for kids. You will have more things for seniors and the elderly people. You'll stop trying to push a person like DeLacy, who's educated, one more bachelor's, master's degrees out, when she's passionate about what she's doing, and you just sitting on the sidelines. So somebody